Hey guys, this is Tager. It's been like hang on. 1, 2, 3. This is like my 4th video. I've never made this many videos in one day. And I have 1 subscriber. So guys, please just give me a chance. I promise you, I will bring you what you're looking for in a YouTuber. I will be that one day. I'm not quite used to YouTube yet, so I don't know all the how to link stuff and everything. I'm trying to discover it as I go and everything, but I don't want to let my fans down if there are any out there. So anyways, in my first video, I told you I just got done watching a really, really awesome TV show, and nobody's probably heard of it, but if you have, you are the awesomest person in this world. Not that the rest of you aren't awesome, because, come on. I watch a lot of shows. Let's see. Scandal, Grey's Anatomy, Cedar Cove, the one about the twin sisters, Pretty Little Liars, obviously, Law and Order, CSI Miami, Hawaii Five-0. Oh, there's one called The Finder. It's a really, really good show. The last episode where he does something to a guy's neck, I mean, it's not that appealing, but it's a really good show. But anyways, I just want to get to my show. It's called Jane the Virgin. And literally, the first time I saw a commercial on it, I was like, ugh, doesn't look that good. Kind of looks boring. You know, it's about a different race and everything. I didn't think it was going to be that interesting. But boy, was I wrong. I started watching it, and I literally, if you ever start watching Jane the Virgin, just be aware that you will never get off the couch again. Because it is so much fun. But I'm actually going to give you a little spoiler alert, so if you don't like spoilers, if you don't want to watch the show, or you haven't seen this episode yet, I just got done with season 2, and I am completely blown. I'm that type of person that I will see a show, and if 10 million different twists happen at once, I will be like, oh my gosh, I literally stand up and I talk to myself, and I was like, what the hell? What the heck happened? No! And I literally need time to process all of it. So anyways, I'm going to get to it. If you've never seen Jane the Virgin, it is about a pregnant virgin. It's about a girl, I believe she's Latino? Latina? Not exactly sure how to say it. I think it's Latino. But she's Mexican, and she's really pretty, actually. I mean, I wish I could be Jane. But she gets pregnant by accidentally getting artificially inseminated by her baby daddy's, his sperm was the one that got accidentally inseminated into her. His sister was the doctor that actually inseminated her. And it was supposed to go to his wife, Petra, which Petra, you'll find out an interesting thing about her. So anyways, I'm going to get to the spoilers, because I don't want to make this a long video, because you've probably been sitting here and being like, all this girl does is talk. And I'm a person that loves to talk, and if you get annoyed by me, you can just simply unsubscribe and, never watch my video again. But anyways, so yeah, it's about an artificially inseminated girl. Accidentally, she got artificially inseminated. But I want to talk about the finale. I mean, I'm blown away. I'm very sorry. That was not supposed to happen. I mean, it's kind of a bodily function. It's not something that I can really help or anything, but I did cover my mouth, so I think we're good. I'm trying to think where I want to start. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to tell you the main twists. I'm not going to go through all the ugly details and everything. So, Michael is getting married to Jane. And if you know the whole Rose situation and Mutter? I don't know how to, I think it's Mutter and Rose situation, you know, Sinrostro and Mutter. Apparently they were like working together or something like that. And Mutter actually happens to be Raphael's mother, like real mother, and Rose Sinrostro happens to be Raphael's stepmother, which is really crazy. Wouldn't it be really crazy if you just woke up one day and you're like, oh, my mom's a crime lord, my stepmom's a crime lord, and they're working together? And actually his sister Louisa actually slept with one of them. So I've been asking myself, so did she sleep with her mother? Or am I just totally like out of context, or am I confused or something? I don't know. But to get to the important part, the finale, I was so blown away. I was on the floor like crying, laughing, hysterically emotional on the floor. Because when things like that happen, you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm about to die. That just happened. So, Michael and Jane are getting married, even though I think she should be with Raphael. And Raphael obviously thinks the same thing. So, they're getting married. They actually do get married. They do tie the knot for real. And they have the whole wedding reception, da-da-da-da-da. And then something happens where okay, so big shock. If you haven't heard this before, Petra has a twin. A twin from Russia, from the Czech Republic, from where Petra came from. She was an orphan. Her mother gave her up because she couldn't raise one baby, let alone two babies. She could only raise Petra, and she didn't do a very good job of it because Magda is like the worst person in the world. And Petra, I'm kind of happy that she told on her mother when she murdered Ivan. Oops. I didn't mean to mention that, but yes, Ivan is dead. I won't tell you who Ivan is if you don't know. But if you're watching this still, you probably watched everything and you know what happens at the finale and everything. But anyways, yeah, so they're dancing at the reception and everything, and Petra, and I'm really bad with her twin sister's name, which happens to be her evil twin sister, Janetska, or I'm sorry, I can't remember how to say it. I'm really bad with that name, but I do like the name Petra. So anyways, they're in the room. She's holding Anna or Elsa or whatever, and something happens where she laughs, and the maid comes in, and Petra picks up Anna, the real Petra. Anyways, Petra picks up Anna, and then one of the night nurses comes in and says, Petra, what are you doing? She said, oh, I'm trying to see what makes Anna laugh. So she's trying to like do things, funny faces. I loved her funny faces. They were like so funny. But anyways, so the night nurse is like, oh, I'll go put him to bed or something. And she goes in there and she finds Petra's twin sister on the ground because she has epilepsy. That's not what happened. You'll see. So they show her in the hospital, and the doctor's like, oh, she has some rare muscle condition, so she can only see you, she can only hear you, but she can't move. And then the doctor walks out of the room, and she's like, and Petra's like, can I have some time with my sister? And Raphael's like kissing her and everything, and it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go out of the room. And the doctor goes out of the room, and then she starts talking in her Russian voice, and you realize that the one who's alive, the one who's well, isn't Petra. It's her twin sister. Petra's the one. because when they were sitting on the couch or whatever, when her sister came, when her Petra's evil twin sister came to sit next to her, she injected her with something in the arm, and she colored her hair and everything, and she didn't fall because of epilepsy, because she's not epileptic. So I'm hoping that situation unravels, because I love Petra. Petra's she became a favorite character of mine. Dang, it's only been 10 minutes already. Sorry, I didn't mean to take up all your time, but I get so emotional in different ways about this show. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I'm really glad I finished it. And I'm hoping they bring on some more twists, because that's what I love about Jane the Virgin. There's twists on every single season. Like, every single season you'll be like, oh my gosh, what happened? So anyways, yeah. So her twin sister pretty much kind of paralyzed her, except for her, like, eyes. She can, like, blink and she can see and everything. And Raphael, nobody else has any idea of it. So then they go to the scene where, not good with her name, they call her Xi, Ixomara, Jane's mother. Just do that. And if you can figure out how to pronounce her name, I would love for you to tell me in the comments, because I'm not very good on Spanish. I don't know any Spanish. I know, like, basics, like, I know how to say red, and I know, like, basics, but I'm not very fluent at all in it. Like, if you came up to me and started speaking Spanish, I'd probably be like, non comprendo, because I don't know. I'm actually taking French right now. I'll be taking French 2 next year in junior year. For junior year. So anyways, you see her on her bed, and if you didn't know, she slept with Esteban, which is Jane's father's arch enemy. Jane's father is a telenovela star, like, superstar. He's so into himself. He's a really good character, though, because I think he's a really good father, and he's a really good friend. Even though he's, like, all about himself, he's, like, if you see the episode where they do, like, the calm, like, name something as the C, name something as the A, name something as the L, name something as the M, he's, like, cell phone, avocado mask, lavender, and mirror. Yeah, because he's, like, all about himself. He's like, I love him because he's such a good father, and my father's kind of like that. I mean, my father's a father. I mean, anyways, so yeah, they show her, Jane's mother, on her bed, and she slept with Esteban, like, literally slept with Esteban, if you know what I mean. And she told the pregnancy test, and the plus is, like, lit up or whatever. I don't know. I've never taken a pregnancy test before. And so it turns out she's pregnant, and it's gotta be Esteban's, because it can't be anyone else's. Okay, now you might want to sit down, because I'm about to tell you the biggest spoiler of ever. Okay, so Michael, he just got married. And they're in the hotel. Him and Jane are in the hotel, and they're like, oh, we're so excited about our honeymoon and everything. And he's like, oh, I'm just gonna go, he's like, I'm gonna go get something. I don't remember what it was, but he's like, I'm gonna go get something. And he's walking and walking. He sees his new partner, Suzanne, which nobody saw this coming. Like, I didn't see this coming. And, Suzanne's walking towards him. He's walking towards her, and he's like, what'd you figure out about the blah, 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 like, between Sinrostro and blah, 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 blah. All that crap. I don't even remember what they were talking about or anything. Oh, yeah. So a guy at the party says, oh, I know Suzanne. And I'm not sure what state it is, but there's this team where you say roll tide to someone and they have to say roll back to you. And the guy said to Michael, he's like, oh yeah, I know her. Say Roll Tide to her. She'll know what to say. So he goes, and he's like, Jane, I have to grab something. So he goes out of the hotel. He says, and he's talking to her, blah, 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 with the case or whatever. And as they're walking away from each other, he's like, oh, Roll Tide. And she's like, what? And he's like, Roll Tide. And you say, she says nothing. And, sorry, I just ate popcorn and there's a kernel stuck in between my teeth and it hurts. But anyways, I'm going to try to finish this video before I go over an hour or whatever. I love this show, so I can talk about it forever. So anyways, yeah, they're walking around. He's like, I say Roll Tide, and you say, and she's like, what? And he's like, okay, something suspicious is going on. And he's like, you know, that team or whatever where you're from. And he's like, and she's like, oh yeah, Roll Tide, roll. And I don't remember what it was that set him off, but he starts walking away. And he starts thinking. He's like, what? He's thinking about all the stuff that she's done for him. All this stuff that she's planted. All this stuff that she's done to get her way. And he turns around and he says, who are you? She takes out a gun. Boom! Shoots him. Guess who she is? You won't believe it. Like, literally, I didn't believe it. I was like, what? I thought it was Nadine. I thought maybe Nadine. Because I've always had a really bad feeling about her. I thought maybe she still had that flash drive or something. She was going to do something with it that wasn't going to be good for anybody. She goes back to the hotel she leaves Michael on the floor with a gun, with a bullet in his chest. Nobody knows if he's really dead or not, and I'm hoping he's not dead, even though I didn't want him and Jane to get married, even though he is kind of a sweet guy. It's hard, because if I was Jane, I'd want to take Raphael. Well, Michael's such a sweetheart, but he's done so much to make her not trust him, and it'd be so hard for me. I'd be like, oh my gosh, can I just marry myself? But anyways, so what happens is, Suzanne goes back, Michael's partner goes back to the room where Louisa is, because her and Louisa are together and stuff. And she's like all weird, and she's like, we have to go. And Louisa's like, what? Why? What happened? And she starts doing this, and I was like, ooh, there's gotta be a mask. She pulls it off, she's like, you always said you could never fall in love with someone else. And guess who it is? Like, you won't believe it. Rose. Like, literally, it's Rose, and I dropped to the floor, and I was like, what? And Louisa, I loved her face. She was like, how? Wait, but you were dead. You see, you can fake a death apparently on these shows really easily, especially if you're really, really rich and really, really bad person. If you're a really bad person, you can kill yourself off easily and make people believe it. So that is the last thing that happened. That was the last of it. And then they have that like thing at the end where the narrator talks and says, to be continued, and I was like, no, I just had a heart attack. I turned off the TV completely, and I was walking around my kitchen, and I was like, oh my freaking gosh. What the hell? And I mean, what the hell? Like, what the hell? What the hell just went on? So anyways, this has been about a 20-minute video. I'm sorry, I talk fast, and I talk a lot. But if it encouraged you to watch this show, then I encourage you to watch it, because it is a really good show. And tell me, if you've seen Jane the Virgin, what you're thinking. And whose side are you on? Do you like her with Michael, or did you like her with Raphael? Tell me which one you are. Are you Team Raph, or are you Team Mike? Tell me in the comments. Please subscribe. Have a good day. Bye. This is Tager. Peace out.